Hello. What's up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I am continuing my 31 days of horror movie marathon with sort of a continuation of my Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie watching and reviewing. This time, it's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, which is a 1986 film that was also directed by Tobe Hooper, the same guy who gave us that first film, the original film that was so disturbing, so fucked up and hard to watch for so many reasons. It was one of the truest horrific movies ever. And the sequel is we meet this radio DJ called Stretch, and she's on the radio one night. She's doing what she usually does. She takes a phone call from these two asshole college kids who are driving around causing mayhem on the highway until they get attacked by Leatherface, who just goes fucking batshit crazy and kills them. And this was while they were on the phone, while they were on the radio. Stretch hears all of this, has the phone call on recording. She goes to the lieutenant, Lefty, played by Dennis Hopper, and they're trying to catch these guys. They're trying to figure out where they are, who they are, how to stop them, until once they realize that this was on the radio and that this DJ has this evidence on them, they target her. They specifically go after her to kill her and stop this. Now, what I think of this movie was, I do not like this movie. I don't. It was such a chore to sit here and watch this film because I've seen this movie before, one other time before. Let me first start with the fact that Tobe Hooper came back for this. I know he's talked about in interviews that he wanted to go in a different direction for this movie. He wanted to make this movie more fun. He made it sort of a black comedy. And it's like, okay, that's fine if you want to do that, but if it's going to be funnier, then make it funny. Actually make me have fun or have a good time. There's been other horror movies where it maybe started out more serious and then got goofier as it went on. The Evil Dead original series is a perfect example of that. The Freddy Krueger movies, some of the later ones, I have fun with them. But it does not work here. I do not have fun with these characters, especially when they're trying to play it up. I know the first movie played it up as a true story, and in some ways you can change some details, and I guess maybe technically it is a true story. But also the fact that that first movie was played up so realistic, so gritty, so just real. This movie, it has the nerve to still have the opening scroll that talks about, like, this is a fucking real story, and then when you get to the movie, it's so fucking goofy and over the top. Why? Why bother? What's the fucking point? This character, Stretch, this radio DJ, look, Caroline Williams, the actress who plays her, she's not bad to look at. She's wearing these short shorts, Daisy Dukes-like, and she has nice legs. I mean, she's cute, but that's really about it as far as her character goes. There's nothing really going on. Look, the dialogue is terrible. There's one scene where Leatherface is going after her, and she just, like, starts to talk to him and calm him down and say, oh, you're not mad at me, are you? Just how good are you? And Leatherface starts, like, masturbating, like, right in front of her, rubbing himself with the chainsaw. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Another scene where he's chasing her towards the end of the movie. She stops him and says, look, this isn't going to work out between you and I. Like, it's just, maybe he thought these moments would be funny if she just stops and says all these weird things to him. But it's not natural. It's so forced. It's so, like, and she spends the majority of this movie screaming. And I know Sally in the first movie screamed a lot too, but that was more horrific. That was more like she's being driven insane. This character, they were trying to go for the same thing, but she just came off more annoying with the screaming. More just like, shut the fuck up. In fact, if she had died, I would not have cared. In fact, I would have said, thank you. Thank you for ending the constant screaming that keeps going on with this character. Dennis Hopper was the one shining light of this film. He plays the lieutenant, Lefty. And I liked him because he actually had a story. He had motivation. His brother was killed by these fuckers years ago, so he's been looking after them, wanting to catch them. And the scenes when he goes and gets a chainsaw, gets a couple of chainsaws, goes to their hideout and starts like condemning the whole place and just breaking it apart with the chainsaws, making everything fall apart. Like, he kind of goes crazy, but you get it. And he's such a fucking good actor. He gets into it, and you can watch him do anything. So I was into watching him. Leatherface is played by Bill Johnson, so not Gunnar Hedson like in the first movie. I don't know why, but he's not back here. And Leatherface was pretty disappointing here. I don't want to say he was a bitch, because that will come in a later sequel. Eventually, I will get to. But he's more of just a pussy here, I guess. He sees Stretch, and he kind of falls for her, and every time he's supposed to kill her, he doesn't do it, and like, he likes her. I don't know. I'm not saying it's the worst idea to have maybe Leatherface feel compassion for one of the victims, because Leatherface is an interesting character. He is a character that you could make multi-layered, because he does have that childlike tendencies, but he wasn't scary here. That's the thing, is that Leatherface is much more effective when he's scary. You can have him act like a child, you can have him do things that you just don't understand because of the way he thinks, but you can't lose that scare factor with him. In this movie, just who gives a fuck about being scared, right? All it really cares is blood and gore. It's a lot more bloody. It's a lot more gore. And I know the budget's higher, but you lose that spark. You lose that magic because, like, if you had told me that this was made by a different director, I would believe you. I would have no problem believing you. I can't believe that this is the same director. Bill Moseley plays Chop Top, who's the twin brother of the hitchhiker from the first movie. I remember when I first saw this film, I thought that he was just playing the same character, the same hitchhiker, who clearly dies at the end of the first movie. But no, he is the twin brother. I just thought that was really lazy. Like, I like Bill Moseley better as far as acting goes, and I like him in this role. He does have some moments here and there, but just the reason for his character being here is unneeded, unnecessary. It's kind of bullshit to just have him here. It's almost like they just needed to have a similar like character to the hitchhiker here, so they forced this twin brother angle. I don't really think it works. He looks weird too. Just immediately puts me out of the situation from making me think that this could be realistic or real. Drayton Sawyer is back in this film just to fucking be here. And the grandpa is still alive. How? I don't know. Because this movie takes place in the real time for as how many years has passed since the first movie. Over a decade. And you're telling me that old-ass grandpa from the first movie, who could barely keep hold of that hammer, is still alive. I mean, sure, the makeup for his old self looks better here. But it's bullshit. They just wanted to redo a lot of the same moments from the first movie. It is a retread in a lot of ways of the first movie. And it's lazy. I know it's supposed to go really over the top crazy with Stretch and how she knocks freaking Chop Top off of the hill, and she goes crazy with the chainsaw, and she's doing the Leatherface dance. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? What type of ending is this? And then you have like the grandmother bones in a dress hung up in like a shrine thing, and like for a second it looks like even she was walking up behind her. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Thank God the sequel to this movie left this alone and didn't try to continue. It didn't try to make sense of whatever direction Tobe Hooper was going for. I think this movie sucks. I do. Honestly, watching it here, I was bored out of my fucking mind. I left the room and went and did a bunch of other shit. Came back and it was still like the same scene where they were in the same fucking place. It's such a boring movie. In my opinion, if you like it, that's cool. I just don't care for it. I'm giving this some old bullshit.
Man, this some old bullshit.
So guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2? Do you like it more than I do? Do you agree with me? Do you see what I'm saying? Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Later.
Please won't you say my
Desires on fire. Sometimes you need a little peace at home. I'm tired, so wired. Come follow me and I can lose you. Come follow me and take a trip to the dark side. Waiting for